It's Wilson Morales, Black Film and TV. Hi, Chiwetel. How's it going?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, good.
Good
So
to see you.
obviously, I'm assuming this was one of the first projects that came to you during the pandemic, and half of what you do in the movie is what you're doing now. So, what was the attraction to saying yes to doing this movie?
I just thought the film, because it centers really in this on this relationship, I think, and I felt like it was just brilliantly written about the experiences that they were going through, and they were reflected, I think, in the experiences that a lot of people were having, not just about relationships, but in just the anxiety, the confusion, the one step in front of the other, of this whole kind of period. And I thought that that was really a great way of reflecting this. And then centrally, I think there was this a real uplift to it. That's what I felt when I read it, like an uplift, a sort of hopefulness, a reconnection to something of the joy that one has. And these characters are in search of their joy again, and really connecting to that. And I thought that that was something that was a bit of a boost for me, actually, when I read it, and a bit of a morale boost. And I felt, well, I wondered whether other people might feel that way too. So that's why I was excited about making it.
There's a lot to your character. We have to get into it, like what his background is and his love for poetry. How much when you're reading those scripts, and obviously there's a scene where your character goes outside and starts, putting out certain lines. How much of it is that you knew on your own as opposed to just reading the script?
No, no, that was all the script. That was all me. Just but I loved all that, and I think that there was something about that kind of performative nature of Paxton that I really related to. I haven't gone that far, but I've definitely missed the theatre, or I've missed being on stage, and that sense of connection with people, with him in this case, with his neighbours. That idea about, like, it's just sort of an audience, and that idea of just what in his mind he's just sort of spreading a bit of joy and a bit of optimism, which I think is all we can do in complex times and complex circumstances.
This seems to be, I guess, in a way, depending on the studio, the new norm on which people are going to be making films in a closed setting with less, you don't have extras and so forth. And in a way, it felt like a play, where it's a true character, handled for a good portion of the film. How did you relate to that in terms of just making this movie and using the house pretty much as a secondary character?
Yeah, I think that there was, between the house and Harrods itself, there were the locations became really important because there were only a few of them, and they had to really kind of work and sing in the story. And so I think paring everything down really highlights how important every single kind of detail is. All of the choices, are really kind of really, really deeply thought about. And so that part of it, I was excited by, that I felt like just paring it down really centered it on the relationship. We have, we had like 180 plus pages to do in 18 days. And so really kind of trying to find what the root of these characters was and how they connected was really vital in telling such a sort of big story in a way. Even though it is pared down, it's still quite a big tale.
Mhm. And if you can briefly say, working with Anne, because you have to establish a little chemistry so that we, the audience, get, hey, there's this couple that's been together, even though the plot says they're going through some drama. We have to believe that you guys are a couple for that period of time. I was working along with her.
Fantastic. She's a great actress, and then she's really sort of, she's just very game to just sort of dive in, and that's what you needed. Somebody who brings like all of that kind of professionalism and is like really on top of everything, but also is very kind of free and able to kind of play as well. And so I felt from the first time that we were starting to do the scenes, I thought it was only going to be possible to do this film with somebody like her who could bring both those elements to it. So it was a joy.
It's always good talking to you. You always seem to be working, which is a good thing because you working gets me working. So I will see you on your next project.
Okay. See you
Take
soon.
care. Bye.